Well, welcome to another episode of Experts Speak. I'm Michael DeLon, and today I am talking with two fantastic ladies who are just vibrant and full of energy. And so I want to welcome to our podcast, Marlene and Hope.
Hi,
Ladies,
Michael.
hey.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Man, you are so welcome. And you are going to love this podcast because Marlene and Hope work for a company called Abby Connect. And what they do there, the way I do it is that they are virtual receptionists for your business. And when I met them a few months ago, it was the light bulbs came on and it said, whoa, wait a minute. Because you don't, all of us have the phones ringing and we get distracted as small business owners. We're really focused. When the phone rings, we're like, oh, I've got to take that. But then we get distracted. It takes me off task. And sometimes it's a telemarketer. And it's like, oh, that was a waste of time. Sometimes it's a client, but I'm not in the mindset that I need to talk to that prospect, right? Abby Connect helps solve that problem in a super cost-effective way. They even have a 14-day free trial. We're going to talk about that. But before we get there, I want Marlene to unpack for us just a little bit about how do you describe Abby Connect and how in the world did you get into this work?
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's a bit of a different concept. I know when I started working here, I'm like, that happens. Other receptionists answer for the company that I'm calling into. Like, it's not actually the company that I thought I was speaking to, and it's so seamless, and it's like they're an extension of their business. So it was really a light bulb moment for me too. And yeah, we've been in business for 16 plus years now. We're family owned. I personally started with the company when there was 5 of us. Now there's well over 100. So I've seen the growth, and it's amazing because you're totally right. The business owners, lawyers, doctors, chiropractors, you're doing what you do. And then you have that phone call that rings in and now you lost your focus. So time is money, and we know that. And we want the business owners to be able to focus on what they do because they're so amazing at it. And we can definitely take care of the rest, like you mentioned before.
Well, and I love what you just said is when you answer the phone, the person calling doesn't know that you're not sitting in that office, right? Because the way you've developed your process and the scripts that you use. And I want to get into that in a little bit. But first, I want to bounce over to Hope and say, all right, Hope, have you been here as long as she has? Who are you and why do you do this?
I came in shortly after Marlene. So I've been here since 2016 and I'm the sales manager. And I think as a lot of, salespeople know, in order to be successful, you got to really believe in the product you're selling. And, working in various jobs before this, I saw the importance customer service had. And once I got here, I saw how valuable it was to us as a family-owned business. And everyone from the top to the bottom of the organization understands how connecting with people, how it turns around their day and the connection they hold with businesses. So just falling in love with that makes selling it so easy.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that the awesome thing is, you sales manager, we're gonna have to change your title because you're not selling anything. You're offering this product, but you've got a 14-day free trial. I mean, good God, get off with it. The other thing I love, I just noticed it talking to you is, I do a lot of podcasts, right? And most of my guests have microphones or they have like AirPods. You both have those receptionist things on. I thought that was so cool.
Our headsets, they're a big deal to us. It's part of our identity.
It's who you are. That's awesome. I digress a lot. The other thing that you mentioned in there, and I want to really expound on this. I talk with a lot of receptionists because I'm on the phone a lot with business owners across the nation. And you really do set the tone for that company. I have talked with many receptionists who would really rather be doing something else that day. Or they speak in a way that I can't understand what they're saying. And that says something about that company. Talk to me about your virtual receptionist. Am I going to have somebody that doesn't speak English, that's in another country? How do we get the script written? Because honestly, that's one of my big concerns is I hire you, now I've got to spend time writing the script, and that's not what I do, and that's going to take time, and I don't want to do that. How would a process work for a small business owner, an attorney, a financial advisor who's just, this is a kind of a light bulb going, I've never really thought about this. Unpack that.
We're trying to save time.
Yeah, and not only that, but you're handing off the reputation of your business to someone else entirely.
Totally.
The receptionist is the face of your business. They're the first people who are going to set that expectation and that impression to anyone involved. I mean, we've all been there. We've all called someone, they sound like they are just completely irritated that you've
Yes.
even bothered them at that very moment. And I mean, that might not be the reality, but that's how it comes across to consumers. And that's the last thing you want to deliver to clients, especially if you're trying to retain their business.
Yeah.
So coming into this business, I think the family who owns us, the Strums, they understood that. And that's why customer service is so big with us. So starting from the beginning, you're collaborating with a customer success manager with your callers in mind and their best interests in mind. And we're going to come up with this customized solution that really takes care of your phones and the reputation and the customer experience. That way you can readjust your focus to what's important, growing your business.
Yeah, and that's great. And I assume, right, as a business owner, if I hire Abby Connect and we work on a script, I assume there are some reporting back, or I can listen to the phone calls, or there's a way for me to monitor, right, what's going on. How does all that work? Because I don't just want to hand it off to you, but talk to us about that. Maybe that's a Marlene question. I don't know who.
No,
definitely. We get you taken care of. We have all those things in mind. It is your business. You should know what's going on. Absolutely. So when we have a portal for our clients, and you can log in, listen to call recordings. They can be one-sided, they could be double-sided. You can give us feedback. We welcome feedback so much because we want to know how we can become a better extension of your business. We want to be there for your clients and sound like we're sitting there in that office in Florida or in Georgia, and the caller won't know the difference. So yeah.
Or Alabama. Do you have
Alabama.
receptionists who have like the twang and then the southern?
We do.
Right?
Yeah, so
all
of our
yeah, I gotta be able to say y'all. Thanks y'all for calling. I'm sorry.
If that's what you want in there, that's what we'll do.
All right, so let's talk about this. Small business owners, attorneys, financial advisors, chiropractors, dentists, all of that. One of the things that stops us is we say, oh, golly, I've got to hire a front office person. I've got to pay them a salary. So now that's going to be $40,000 a year plus benefits, plus this. It becomes overwhelming very quickly. You've got a different model where it's almost, dare I say, pay by month, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're a much more cost efficient solution. And we definitely don't, there is a big misconception that we can completely substitute out an entire receptionist role. We're more of a support solution, and we're here to allow your in-house staff to be more effective and optimize them. So yeah, we are a month-to-month service. There, you don't have to worry about all that overhead, the hiring, the training. Let's be real, people also need vacation time. They call off, they're running late. What are you going to do when the calls are not handled at that time?
Right.
And that's where we come in. And because it's a month-to-month solution, you can use us whenever you need us.
That's great. And that you just hit on something else that's really important, is after hours, right? Because people do like to go home and spend time with their family. Do you have solutions for after hour calls? How does that work?
Absolutely. We have around the clock. We can do up to 24/7. Everyone's located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, actually. So we don't outsource overseas, as we were going to touch on earlier. But because of that, we offer around the clock solutions. And some people use us for only after hours. Some people use us around the clock. It's just really what your business needs, because every business has their own needs. And when those after hours calls come in, you might be sleeping. Your team might not be able to hop up and answer, but you can believe and you can be assured that Abby Connect will.
That's awesome. So as in a sense, and I would term that kind of a rollover service, right? When your frontline people aren't available, even if you've got a frontline person, what if you get 6 calls or 5 calls and they can only handle 1 or 2 at a time, right? Could it roll over then to you? Is that right?
Yes, we're there for overflow too. Definitely.
That's awesome. Yeah, because how many prospects are you missing? How many client calls are you missing? Right. And I presume, right, that you have this and you take messages and you get them to the people and you say, hey, John called, you need to call him back in an hour or something, taking detailed messages so that when I call him back, I'm at least a little clued in on what John needed, right?
Absolutely. And as consumers, we know how it feels. You call a business, if there's no answer in 30 seconds, you're assuming they're not there. And people are impatient these days. They're going to keep going.
Not only impatient, but today in particular, coming out of the pandemic with so many businesses having to close and go out of business, if they don't get an answer, they may say, well, the pandemic killed them.
Right.
And they might just cross you off the list, heaven forbid, right?
Unfortunate, but true. Absolutely.
It totally is. And so it's, we in marketing and business growth, we focus so much on marketing out there, right? I term marketing as, my definition of marketing is everything you do to gain and retain a client. One of those elements is, how are you answering the phone? Are you answering the phone? And then how are you answering the phone? And that's what Abby Connect is just off the charts specialist at, because you've been doing it for so long. And with my weird marketing brain, I just thought of, since you're in Vegas, right? Business owners should not be gambling with missing a client. You should just let Abby Connect do it, because again, you let business owners stay focused on what we do best, and you're just providing that lead flow in a sense, right? If you're running Facebook ads or whatever, and they hit your website and there's a place to call, and I call your office, better get a human.
Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's statistics out there that, report on this all the time, that a lot of people will hang up, and people actually take the customer service into whether or not they plan on buying or doing business with a company.
That's right.
Definitely.
Well, they are. And,
Yeah.
and Marlene, I mean, talk about how you help build the culture there at Abby Connect, but how that flows into the experience for your clients and their prospects.
Oh, yes. This is definitely one of my favorite questions, because I think of, just like we hear happy wife, happy life, I think happy employees, happy customers. And it's true. The happier your employees are not at a place anymore where they just come, show up, do their job, and leave. They want an environment. They want to feel included. They want to feel like they're serving a mission, a purpose, and like the time that they're dedicating here away from their family matters, and there's a reason to it. So for us, we're all about appreciation. We celebrate milestones, we celebrate birthdays, we celebrate everything. Recognition is huge for us, and we want everyone in our company to feel that they're part of our family. We started off as a family-owned business, and we want everyone to feel like they're a part of that family, because it's huge. And nothing says more when they're smiling on the phones, and their biggest mission is to make someone's day. If they can make one person's day, we see it as every phone call is an opportunity to turn somebody's day around and to make them feel heard, taken care of. We are super big into personal connections and empathizing with them, because people do want a listening ear. They may just want to vent, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to make their day.
That alone is worth the price of your service, because
well, thank you.
I love my prospects and clients, but when they want to vent, some days I'm just not the guy. But I listen. That's okay. But that's really important in golly, so many areas. But the way that people come to you, I'm thinking, personal injury attorneys. I'm thinking chiropractors. Those people are calling because they're in pain many times, and they are looking for a solution like now, right? So if you're not answering the phone, guess what? They're probably going to the next person they find on Google.
That's what I do. I go back on Google and I call the next person.
Yeah. And so when you have somebody answer the phone who's happy, who's polite, who's empathetic, who will listen to you and will guide them to setting an appointment or whatever the next step is that you determine as the business owner, right? Because that's part of that script, is what is the next step. It allows you to fill your calendar with great prospects or clients, so that you're not having to do that and get distracted. Again, I love what you guys said on your website, helping you stay focused on what you do best, and Abby does the rest. And I think that's great. It's super clear. So talk to us about, how can somebody, if business owner out there listening, they're intrigued. They're like, okay, what is their next step?
Yeah. Yeah. So if, you're interested in learning more about how this could help you, or just testing out the waters, we offer a 14-day free trial. We don't ask for a credit card. This is just an opportunity for us to show you just how beneficial making sure your phones are being answered is to your business. So all you'd have to do is, you'd go on our website, you'd sign up for the trial, you'd schedule a time to meet with your customer success manager. And from there, they're going to help guide you the rest of the way. You're busy. We've been doing this for over 16 years now. We're experts at it. We've got the best suggestions for you while keeping you in mind. And we'll work together to create that solution. And for 14 days, you get to see what it's all about. You get to call in, test us. You get to meet your receptionist team, not to mention all the call recordings. So it's a really great experience. And even for 14 days, you get to see the mass effects it might have on your customer experience.
That's, and the website, abby.com, right?
Yep. ABBY.
ABBY.com. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Abby.com. And the other thing that I was thinking from a business perspective, right, is they could do that 14-day trial, but really as a business owner, you need to dive in a little bit deeper. When I do marketing strategies for clients, I say, we're going to do this. We're going to do this for a year, whatever it is, right? So maybe this isn't a year, but maybe this is, okay, get your feet wet for 14 days, figure out what this thing might be. But as you get ready to go, make a commitment to your business and say, I'm going to do it for a minimum of 3 months, but probably more like 6 to 9. And my gut would tell me that once you get involved, you're going to free up so much time as a business owner, and you're going to be able to focus more on what you do best. You're going to see your profits increase. And that's what I've seen with most small business owners is they're wearing way too many hats.
Yes.
And when we start taking hats off by hiring people or services like you, so virtual people, I love the fact that you're all in the US and that you speak Southern. So hiring that, what happens is as you hire people, what I've learned is it doesn't cost you money as a business owner when you do it right. Hiring people actually earns you money because I can focus on what I do best. And when I do that, my business grows because I'm serving my clients with excellence. And so let me just challenge my audience, my listeners, to say, take a chance on me, right? Who's saying that? You two girls are too young for that, right? Out there, take a chance on me. Take a chance. Check out abby.com and a 14-day free trial with no credit card required. Who does that? But you're going to really experience their system and their way of doing business. And you'll probably have that aha experience going, So take a chance, get out there and see what having a professional receptionist for your business can do for your business. I think it's going to do great things. And they make it super simple. And obviously, they're not high pressure salespeople. This is like too fun. This is almost too good to be true, right? And on top of that, honestly, going back, it's a month to month after that. And so you're not making a commitment. You need to make a commitment as a business owner, but you can try it out. You can see it. And you know what? If something happens and 2 months into it, the economy tanks and you got to pull back, well, you have a decision to make, but they make it really simple. So that's awesome. Ladies, anything else that you need to share with our audience about abby.com and Abby Connect?
We're super excited to work with you guys, and anyone who signs up with us, we're working to keep you each month. That's why we're month to month. So you guys can also reach us by phone, speak to someone, arrange a consultation with one of our amazing salespeople.
That would be a great first test. If you get past that, then you might work. And I assume your phone number is on your website, right? abby.com.
Yep, that's right. And also we're going to be running a promotion to all your listeners today. So anyone who decides to reach out and start a trial with us will also add a $95 promotional credit if they move forward afterwards.
Well, I love that. That was news to me. I love it. Surprise bonuses. I love it. So that's great. Just let them know you heard them on Expert Speak. And that would be phenomenal. So you get a 14-day free trial, then a month to month after that, plus a $95 bonus. It's awesome. So I'm super stoked. I hope our audience is as well. Go check them out at abbyconnect.com or just abby.com. They own both. It goes to the same place. And it's really cool. And you'll probably end up talking to Hope. And Marlene is in the background, making sure their culture is phenomenal and growing and happy, so that your receptionist is happy meeting the needs of your prospects and customers when they call. And that's super, super important, because that phone call, that person answering the phone is part of your marketing. And if you do it well, your business will grow. So Marlene and Hope, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. I've learned a ton, and I know it's been good for my audience. Thank you for being here today.
Right
Of course,
back
it's
at
a
you,
blast.
Michael.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
You are welcome. And let me encourage our listeners, Abby Connect or abby.com. Reach out to them, take them up on their offer, 14-day free trial, month-to-month virtual receptionist service for your business. Take a load off of your back. Let them take care of that first call and be the voice of your business to help you grow your business. So thanks for listening. Look forward to having you back on the next Experts Speak podcast. Take care.